The big surprise. It was just another boring day in the big space city of the Galactic Empire. The aliens who ran things were doing their usual jobs, feeling very proud of how they controlled everything in space. Admiral Zork, a tall blue alien with 3 eyes, sat in his big chair on the main space station. He was about to fall asleep when suddenly, all the screens in front of him started flashing red. "What's going on?" Zork shouted, jumping up from his chair. His helpers, small green aliens with long arms, started running around in panic. One of them, named Blip, ran up to Zork with a scared look on his face. "Admiral, big problem. Many strange ships just appeared out of nowhere," Blip said, his voice shaking. Zork couldn't believe it. How could ships just appear? The Galactic Empire had eyes everywhere in space. Nothing could surprise them like this. "Show me," Zork ordered. The big screen in front of him lit up. What Zork saw made his 3 eyes open wide in shock. There in the darkness of space was a huge group of ships. They were nothing like the ships Zork had seen before. These ships were sleek, shiny, and looked very powerful. "Where did they come from?" Zork asked, his voice less sure now. Nobody had an answer. The strange ships had just appeared, like magic. They weren't using any space roads the Empire knew about. Just then, another helper alien ran up. This one, called Zap, looked even more scared than Blip. "Admiral, we just checked. Those ships, they might be from Earth," Zap said, almost whispering the last word. The room went quiet. Earth. That little blue planet in the middle of nowhere. The one with the funny little creatures called humans. It couldn't be. Zork laughed, but it was a nervous laugh. "Don't be silly," he said. "Humans can barely reach their own moon. These can't be their ships." But deep down, Zork felt scared. He remembered stories about humans. They were supposed to be wild, unpredictable, and very, very clever. But surely they couldn't have built ships like these without the Empire knowing. Just then, the big screen flickered. A face appeared. It was a human face. The human looked serious and strong. "Greetings, Galactic Empire," the human said. "We come in peace. For now." Zork felt his legs go wobbly. This was real. Humans had somehow built an amazing space fleet right under the Empire's nose. The human continued talking. "We've been watching and learning. Now we're ready to join the galactic community. We hope we can be friends." Zork didn't know what to say. This changed everything. Humans weren't supposed to be this advanced. What else could they do? All around the space station, aliens were running around in panic. Some were hiding under desks. Others were trying to call their bosses. Nobody knew what to do. Zork took a deep breath. He had to look strong, even though he felt very small right now. "Welcome," Zork said to the human on the screen. His voice was shaky. "This is unexpected." The human smiled. It wasn't a friendly smile. It was the smile of someone who knew they had just changed the game. "We like surprises," the human said. "Get ready for more." The screen went black. Zork fell back into his chair. His mind was racing. How did the humans do this? What should the Empire do now? Were the humans friendly, or was this the start of something big and scary? One thing was sure. The quiet, boring days in the Galactic Empire were over. The humans had arrived, and nothing would be the same again. As news spread across the galaxy, everyone had the same question. Could this really be a human fleet? The answer was yes, and the galaxy was about to find out just what humans could do. Zork looked out the window of the space station. The human ships were still there, shiny and powerful. He had a feeling this was just the beginning of a very big adventure. The Galactic Empire had been in charge for a long time. They thought they knew everything. But now, they realized they didn't know as much as they thought. The humans had surprised them, and Zork had a feeling there were more surprises to come. As the day ended, one thing was clear. The galaxy would never be the same again. The humans had arrived, and they were here to stay. Humans' secret plan. While the Galactic Empire was in shock, let's look back at how humans pulled off this big surprise. It all started on Earth just 10 years ago. Dr. Sarah Chen was working late in her lab. She was a smart scientist who loved to solve big problems. That night, she made a discovery that would change everything. "I can't believe it," Sarah whispered, looking at her computer screen. She had found a way to make spaceships go super fast, faster than anyone thought possible. Sarah knew this was big, really big, but she also knew it could be dangerous if the wrong people found out. So she did something very brave and very secret. The next day, Sarah went to see the world leaders. She told them about her discovery and why it had to stay a secret. "If we do this right," Sarah said, "we can surprise the whole galaxy and keep Earth safe." The leaders listened and agreed. They started Project Starburst, the biggest secret plan in human history. All over the world, in hidden places, humans started building amazing spaceships. They worked day and night, always careful to keep it a secret. John Kim, a young engineer, was one of the people working on the project. He helped design the ships that would shock the galaxy. "These ships are like nothing anyone's ever seen," John said to his friend Lisa one day. They were deep underground, surrounded by huge, shiny spaceships. Lisa nodded. She was a pilot, training to fly these new ships. "I can't wait to see the aliens' faces when we show up," she said with a grin. But it wasn't all fun and games. The humans knew they had to be ready for anything. They trained hard, learning how to fight in space and how to talk to aliens. Maria Rodriguez was in charge of training the Space Marines. She was tough but fair. "We hope for peace," she often said, "but we prepare for anything." The Marines trained in secret bases on the Moon and Mars. They learned to use new weapons and fight in zero gravity. It was hard work, but they knew it was important. Back on Earth, scientists were working on other cool things too. They made special suits that could protect people in space. They created food that could last for years without going bad. They even found ways to talk to each other across huge distances in space. All of this was happening right under the noses of the aliens watching Earth. The Galactic Empire thought humans were still playing with old rockets and space stations. They had no idea what was really going on. Dr. Chen, who started it all, worked harder than anyone. She knew the fate of humanity might depend on their plan working. "We only get one chance to do this right," she told the world leaders at a secret meeting. "We need to show the galaxy that humans are strong, smart, and ready for anything." The leaders agreed. They decided that when the fleet was ready, they would appear suddenly near the Empire's main space station. It would be a peaceful greeting, but also a show of strength. As the day of the big reveal got closer, everyone working on Project Starburst felt excited and scared. They had worked so hard for so long. Would it all pay off? John and Lisa were chosen to be on the first ship to meet the aliens. The night before the big day, they couldn't sleep. "Do you think we're ready?" Lisa asked John. John thought for a moment. "I think we're as ready as we'll ever be," he said. "We've done everything we can. Now it's time to show the galaxy what humans can do." The next morning, Earth was quiet. Most people went about their day as usual. They had no idea that high above them, hidden in orbit, a fleet of amazing spaceships was getting ready to change history. Dr. Chen stood in the control room, watching as the fleet prepared to leave. She thought about all the hard work, all the secrecy, all the hopes and dreams that had gone into this moment. "Good luck," she whispered as the ship started to move. In a flash of light, the human fleet disappeared from Earth's orbit. They used their new, super-fast engines to jump across the galaxy. Their destination, the heart of the Galactic Empire. The human secret plan was about to be revealed. The galaxy would never be the same again. As the fleet reappeared near the Empire's space station, John and Lisa shared a look. This was it, the moment they had worked so hard for. "Ready?" John asked. Lisa nodded, a determined look on her face. "Ready. Let's show them what humans can do." And with that, humanity stepped onto the galactic stage, ready to face whatever the universe had in store for them. First, hello goes wrong. The human fleet hung in space, shiny and new, facing the Galactic Empire's main space station. It was time for the first hello. Everyone hoped it would go well, but things don't always go as planned. On the biggest human ship, named Hope, Captain Olivia Martinez took a deep breath. She was chosen to speak first to the aliens. Olivia was smart and brave, but even she felt nervous. "Okay, let's do this," Olivia said. She nodded to her crew, and they turned on the big screen to talk to the aliens. On the alien space station, Admiral Zork was still confused and a bit scared. He saw the human captain appear on his screen. Zork tried to look strong and in charge. "Welcome, humans," Zork said in a loud voice. "We are surprised to see you here. How did you get such big ships?" Olivia smiled politely. "Hello, Admiral. We've been busy on Earth. We're ready to join the galactic community now." Zork didn't like this. Humans weren't supposed to be so advanced. He felt angry and worried. What if humans became more powerful than the Empire? "You should have told us you were building ships," Zork said, his voice getting louder. "It's against the rules to surprise us like this." Olivia frowned. This wasn't going well. "We didn't know about any rules," she said calmly. "We're here as friends. We want to learn and share." But Zork wasn't listening. He was too scared of what this meant for the Empire. He decided to try and scare the humans. "You must follow our rules," Zork shouted. "Turn off your ships and let us check them. Or else." On the Hope, Olivia's crew looked worried. This wasn't the friendly hello they wanted. Olivia knew she had to be careful. She didn't want to fight, but she also couldn't let the aliens push humans around. "Admiral," Olivia said firmly, "we came in peace, but we won't be ordered around. We are not here to cause trouble, but we will defend ourselves if we have to." This made Zork even angrier. He wasn't used to anyone standing up to the Empire. "You dare to threaten us?" he yelled. "We are the Galactic Empire. We control everything." The situation was getting worse. On both sides, crews were getting ready for a possible fight. Weapons were being turned on, just in case. On Earth, Dr. Sarah Chen watched all this on a big screen. She felt worried. This was not how she imagined first contact would go. "Stay calm, Olivia," she whispered, even though Olivia couldn't hear her. Back in space, Olivia tried one more time to make peace. "Admiral, please. We don't want to fight. Can't we talk calmly about this?" But Zork was too angry and scared to listen. He thought the humans were trying to trick him. In his fear, he made a big mistake. "Enough talk," Zork shouted. "Empire ships surround the humans. Show them who's in charge here." Olivia's eyes went wide. This was bad. Really bad. She turned to her crew. "Defensive positions now, but don't fire unless I say so." The space around them suddenly got very busy. Empire ships started moving towards the human fleet. The human ships formed a circle, ready to protect themselves. On both sides, fingers hovered over buttons that could start a big space battle. The first hello had gone very wrong. Just when it seemed like fighting would start, something unexpected happened. A new voice came over everyone's speakers. "Stop this at once." Everyone froze. On all the screens, a new face appeared. It was an alien, but not like the ones from the Empire. This alien looked old and wise. "I am Sen from the Galactic Council," the alien said. "We've been watching. This is not how civilized beings behave." Sen looked disappointed with both sides. "Humans, you should have told us you were coming. Empire, you should not threaten new friends. Both of you, power down your weapons. Now." There was a long, tense moment. Then, slowly, both humans and Empire ships turned off their weapons. Everyone breathed a sigh of relief. "Good," said Sen. "Now let's start over. Properly this time." Olivia and Zork looked at each other through their screens. They both realized how close they had come to a big mistake. "I'm sorry," Olivia said. "We didn't mean to scare anyone." Zork, feeling a bit embarrassed now, nodded. "And we should not have been so unfriendly. Perhaps we can try this hello again." Sen smiled. "That's better. Now, let's all meet on the neutral space station. We have much to discuss." As the ship started moving towards the meeting place, everyone felt a mix of emotions. They were still excited, still a bit scared, but now also hopeful. Maybe, just maybe, humans and aliens could be friends after all. The first hello had gone wrong, but there was still a chance to make things right. As Olivia prepared to meet the aliens face to face, she hoped that the next hello would go much better. Space battle begins. The meeting on the neutral space station didn't go as planned. Despite Sen's efforts to keep the peace, old fears and new misunderstandings led to rising tensions. As the human and Empire delegates left the station, both sides were on edge, ready for anything. Admiral Zork, still angry and scared of the humans' advanced technology, made a fateful decision. "We can't let these humans threaten our power," he told his officers. "We must strike first and show our strength." On the human flagship Hope, Captain Olivia Martinez sensed trouble. "Something's not right," she said to her crew. "Stay alert and be ready for anything." Suddenly, alarms blared across the human fleet. Empire ships were powering up their weapons and moving into attack positions. "They're going to attack," shouted Lisa, Olivia's second-in-command. "What do we do, Captain?" Olivia's mind raced. She didn't want to fight, but she had to protect her people. "Raise shields," she ordered. "Defensive formation Delta. Do not fire unless fired upon." The human ships quickly moved into a tight, circular formation. Their shields hummed to life, creating a shimmering barrier around each vessel. Admiral Zork watched from his command ship, feeling confident. "Look at them, hiding behind their shields," he sneered. "Fire the first volley. Show them the might of the Empire." Bright beams of energy shot out from the Empire ships, streaking across space towards the human fleet. But when they hit the human shields, something unexpected happened. Instead of exploding or breaking through, the energy beams seemed to disappear into the shields. For a moment, everything was quiet. Did we hit them?" one of Zork's officers asked, confused. Suddenly, the human shields flashed brightly. The energy from the Empire's attack shot back out, heading straight for the surprised Empire ships. "Evasive maneuvers," Zork yelled, but it was too late. Several Empire ships were hit by their own attack, spinning out of control. On the Hope, Olivia saw her chance. "They struck first," she said grimly. "Now we defend ourselves. All ships, execute attack pattern Omega." The human fleet burst into action. Their ships moved with incredible speed and grace, darting between the larger Empire vessels. Precise energy beams shot out, disabling Empire ships without destroying them. Zork couldn't believe his eyes. The humans were outmaneuvering his best pilots, and their weapons were like nothing he had ever seen. "Impossible," he shouted. "How can they be so advanced?" As the battle raged, other alien races watched in amazement. The humans, newcomers to the galactic stage, were holding their own against the mighty Empire. On Earth, Dr. Sarah Chen and the world leaders watched the battle through long-range sensors. "I never wanted it to come to this," Sarah said softly. "But at least our technology is working. It's keeping our people safe." Back in space, Olivia's voice rang out across the human fleet. "Remember our training," she called. "We're not here to destroy, only to defend. Disable their ships, but avoid casualties if possible." The human ships executed complex maneuvers, working together like a well-oiled machine. They used their advanced shields to absorb and redirect Empire attacks, while their own weapons precisely targeted the Empire ship's engines and weapon systems. Admiral Zork was panicking. Half his fleet was drifting powerless in space, and the other half couldn't land a solid hit on the agile human vessels. "This can't be happening," he cried. "We are the Galactic Empire. We cannot be defeated by newcomers." Just then, a massive Empire dreadnought appeared out of hyperspace. It was the Galactic Fist, the pride of the Empire's fleet. Nearly as big as a moon, it bristled with weapons. "Aha!" Zork exclaimed, his confidence returning. "Now you'll see our true power, humans." The Galactic Fist charged up its main cannon, a weapon capable of destroying an entire planet. It took aim at the center of the human fleet. Olivia saw the danger. "All ships, concentrate your shields on the flagship," she ordered. Every human vessel redirected its energy, creating a massive layered shield in front of the Hope. The Galactic Fist fired its planet killer beam. The energy blast streaked across space, hitting the combined human shield with incredible force. For a moment, it seemed like the shield might break. But then, amazingly, the shield held. It absorbed the massive energy blast, glowing brighter and brighter until it was painful to look at. "Now," Olivia shouted, "redirect all that energy. Fire the Stellar Lance, the human flagship's main weapon, hidden until now, powered up with the absorbed energy." A blinding beam shot out, hitting the Galactic Fist dead center. The massive Empire ship shuddered, its systems overloading from the incredible energy. Explosions rippled across its surface as it slowly started to break apart. Admiral Zork stared in disbelief as his greatest weapon fell to pieces. "It's not possible," he whispered. We've lost." As the remains of the Empire fleet retreated, the human ships regrouped. They had won their first space battle, proving to the galaxy that humanity was a force to be reckoned with. Olivia looked out at her fleet, battered but undefeated. "Send a message to Earth," she said. "Tell them, the stars are ours now." The space battle was over, but humanity's greatest adventure was just beginning. Galaxy gets messy. After the big space battle, the whole galaxy was in an uproar. The mighty Galactic Empire had lost to the newcomers from Earth. It was like a small dog beating up a big, mean cat. Everyone was talking about it. On the Empire's capital planet, things were not good. The alien leaders were fighting with each other. They were angry and scared. "This is all your fault," shouted Grak, a fat, purple alien. He pointed at Admiral Zork. "You attacked the humans first." Zork's 3 eyes blinked rapidly. But I was trying to protect us," he said. His voice was shaky now, not strong like before. Another alien, a tall, skinny one named Veeks, spoke up. "Maybe we should try to make friends with the humans," she said. "They seem very strong." "Friends?" yelled Grak. "With those hairless apes? Never." While the Empire leaders fought, other aliens in the galaxy were getting curious about humans. Many of them had never seen a human before. On a planet called Zygon, 2 alien kids were looking at pictures of humans on their space internet. "Wow, look at their eyes," said Blorp, a blue, squishy alien child. "They only have 2. How do they see anything?" His friend Glick, who looked like a talking plant, replied. "And their skin. It's so smooth. Where are their scales or leaves?" All across the galaxy, aliens were learning about humans. Some were scared, some were excited, and some were just confused. Back on the human ships, Captain Olivia Martinez was trying to keep everyone calm. "We didn't come here to fight," she told her crew. "We need to show the galaxy that we want peace." Olivia decided to send messages to other alien races. She wanted to make friends and explain why humans had come to space. One of these messages reached a planet called Neutronia. The Neutronians were known for being very smart and always staying neutral in fights. The leader of Neutronia, a shiny, robot-like alien named X-10, read the human message. Interesting, X-10 said in a metallic voice. These humans defeated the Empire, but now they want peace. We should meet them. X-10 sent a message back to the humans, inviting them to visit Neutronia. This made many other aliens nervous. What if humans and Neutronians became allies? On Earth, the human leaders were having big meetings. Dr. Sarah Chin was there, explaining what was happening in space. The galaxy is in chaos right now, Sarah said. The Empire is weak, and everyone is watching us. What we do next is very important. The Earth leaders nodded. They knew they had to be careful. They didn't want to scare other aliens, but they also needed to stay strong. We should send out more ships, one leader said. Show everyone how powerful we are. No, said another. We should focus on making friends. We need allies in this new big galaxy. While the humans were deciding what to do, some aliens decided to take action. A group of sneaky aliens called the Shadow Crawlers saw a chance to cause trouble. They were masters of disguise and lying. The galaxy is confused, said Zix, the Shadow Crawler leader. This is perfect for us. We can trick everyone and take control. The Shadow Crawlers started spreading fake news across the galaxy. They told some aliens that humans were planning to take over everything. They told others that the Empire was going to attack them. Soon, many aliens didn't know what to believe. Some started to build up their armies, just in case. Others tried to send messages to humans, either to make friends or to warn them to stay away. The galaxy, which had been mostly peaceful under the Empire's control, was now full of worry and excitement. On the human ship Hope, Olivia got an urgent message. It was from Sen, the wise alien from the Galactic Council. Humans. Sen's message said, the galaxy is in danger of falling into chaos. Many are looking to you now. You must help bring peace, or we may have a giant space war. Olivia knew this was a big responsibility. Humans were new to the galaxy, but now they had to help save it. She called a meeting with her best people. Okay, team, she said. We need ideas. How can we bring peace to the galaxy? As they started to plan, Olivia looked out the window at the stars. The galaxy was beautiful, but now it was also dangerous. Humans had wanted adventure when they came to space, and now they sure had it. The Empire was angry. New aliens wanted to be friends. Sneaky aliens were causing trouble, and everyone was watching what humans would do next. It was going to be a tough job, but Olivia felt ready. Humans had already surprised the galaxy once. Maybe they could do it again, this time by bringing peace instead of winning a war. As the Hope flew towards Neutronia for their meeting, Olivia smiled. The galaxy was messy right now, but it was also full of possibilities. The biggest adventure in human history was just getting started. The big moment. The galaxy was a mess. Everyone was worried about what would happen next. It was time for a big meeting to try and fix things. The Galactic Council called all the important aliens and humans to come to a special space station called Unity. Captain Olivia Martinez stood on the bridge of her ship, the Hope, as it approached Unity Station. The station was huge and beautiful, shaped like a giant silver flower floating in space. This is it, Olivia said to her crew. The big moment we've been waiting for. Inside Unity, aliens of all shapes and sizes were gathering. There were tall, skinny aliens, short, round ones, some that looked like walking plants, and others that seemed to be made of light. And of course, there were humans, looking very different from everyone else. Admiral Zork was there too, representing what was left of the Empire. He looked nervous and kept glancing at the humans. Sen, the wise alien from the Galactic Council, called the meeting to order. Friends, neighbors, and new arrivals, Sen said in a calm voice, we are here to bring peace to our galaxy. But just as Sen was about to continue, alarms started blaring. Red lights flashed everywhere. We're under attack, someone shouted. Outside, a huge fleet of ships appeared out of nowhere. They were dark and scary looking, covered in spikes. It's the Shadow Crawlers. yelled a bug-like alien. They tricked us all. The leader of the shadow crawlers, Zix, appeared on a big screen. He looked like a shadow with glowing red eyes. Fools, Zix laughed. While you were all busy worrying about humans, we prepared our attack. Now the galaxy will be ours. Everyone started to panic. The shadow crawlers had caught them by surprise. Their ships were surrounding Unity Station, and more were attacking planets all over the galaxy. Olivia knew she had to do something. She turned to Admiral Zork. "We need to work together," she said. "Humans and Empire, side by side. It's the only way to save everyone." Zork looked surprised. After all that had happened, the humans wanted to work with him. He thought for a moment, then nodded. "You're right," he said. "Let's show these shadow crawlers what we can do together." Olivia smiled and turned to the other aliens. "Who's with us?" she asked. At first, no one moved. Then, slowly, aliens started to step forward. The Neutronians, with their shiny robot bodies, the plant-like Florins, the ghostly Wisps. One by one, they all agreed to fight together. Olivia, Zork, and the other alien leaders quickly made a plan. Each race had special skills and technology. If they all worked together, they might have a chance. "Humans, use your special shields to protect the station," Zork said. Olivia nodded and sent the order to her fleet. "Empire ships, you're the biggest. You attack the shadow crawler battleships," Olivia added. Zork grinned and relayed the command. The Neutronians used their smart computers to find the weak spots on the enemy ships. The Florins used their living ships to sneak behind enemy lines. The Wisps used their ghost-like powers to confuse the shadow crawler pilots. A massive space battle began. It was like nothing the galaxy had ever seen before. Ships of all kinds, from all different races, flew together against the shadow crawler fleet. On Unity Station, Olivia and Zork worked side by side, directing the battle. They made a good team, each using their different skills to outsmart the enemy. But the shadow crawlers were strong. They had been planning this attack for a long time. Even with everyone working together, it looked like they might lose. "We need something big," Olivia said, thinking hard. "Something they won't expect." Then she had an idea. A crazy, dangerous idea. But it just might work. Olivia explained her plan to Zork and the others. Their eyes went wide. "That's impossible," said one alien. "It's too dangerous," said another. But Zork looked at Olivia with new respect in his eyes. "It's crazy," he said, "but I think it's our only chance." Olivia nodded. "I'll need volunteers," she said. "It's going to be risky." To everyone's surprise, aliens from every race stepped forward to help. Humans, Empire, and all the others, ready to work together to save the galaxy. What happened next would be told in stories across the galaxy for years to come. Olivia led a small team of ships right into the heart of the shadow crawler fleet. They were going to use all their different technologies together in a way no one had ever tried before. As Olivia's team flew into danger, the rest of the fleet watched and waited. This was the big moment. Everything depended on what would happen next. Olivia took a deep breath. "Okay, everyone," she said to her team of humans and aliens. "Let's make history." And with that, they flew into the biggest, craziest battle the galaxy had ever seen, ready to risk everything to bring peace to the stars. New space friends. The galaxy held its breath as Captain Olivia Martinez and her team of humans and aliens flew into the heart of the shadow crawler fleet. Their crazy plan was the last hope for peace. Olivia's voice crackled over the radio. "Everyone ready? Remember, we only get one shot at this." Her team responded with a mix of "ready," "aye, Captain," and various alien sounds that meant the same thing. As they flew, each ship glowed with a different color. The human ships shimmered blue, the Empire ships glowed red, and the other alien ships had their own unique colors. It looked like a rainbow flying through space. Suddenly, Olivia shouted, "Now, combine all power." All at once, every ship sent out a beam of energy. The beams met in the middle, swirling together into a giant, multicolored ball of light. The shadow crawlers didn't know what to do. They had never seen anything like this before. Zix, the shadow crawler leader, looked worried for the first time. "What is that?" he growled. "Destroy it." But it was too late. The ball of energy grew bigger and bigger. Then, with a flash brighter than 1,000 suns, it exploded. The explosion sent out a wave of rainbow light. As it passed over the shadow crawler ships, something strange happened. The dark, spiky ships started to change. Their weapons disappeared. Their engines stopped working. On Unity Station, everyone watched in amazement. Admiral Zork's 3 eyes were wide open. "Incredible," he whispered. When the light faded, the shadow crawler fleet was just floating in space. They weren't destroyed, but they couldn't fight anymore. Olivia's voice came over the speakers. "We did it. The shadow crawlers are stopped." Cheers erupted all over Unity Station. Aliens were hugging each other, even species that had never gotten along before. Humans were being patted on the back by creatures with tentacles, fins, and things they didn't even have names for yet. As Olivia's team returned to the station, everyone gathered to meet them. They were the heroes of the galaxy. Sen stepped forward, looking both happy and serious. "Thank you, brave warriors," the wise alien said. "You have saved us all. But now we must decide what to do next." Everyone quieted down. They knew this was an important moment. Zix, the shadow crawler leader, was brought before the crowd. He didn't look scary anymore without his weapons and ships. Olivia stepped forward. Everyone thought she might be angry at Zix. After all, he had tried to take over the galaxy. But instead, she surprised everyone. "We didn't come to space to make enemies," Olivia said. "We came to explore and to make friends. Zix, you and the shadow crawlers have a choice now. You can join us in peace, or you can be left behind as the galaxy moves forward. What do you say?" Zix looked confused. He had never been offered friendship before. Slowly, he nodded. We would like to try peace," he said in a quiet voice. A cheer went up from the crowd. It looked like the galaxy had some new friends. Over the next few days, aliens from all over came to Unity Station. They wanted to meet the humans who had helped save everyone. They also wanted to get to know each other better. Humans taught aliens about things like pizza and dancing. Aliens showed humans amazing technology and weird and wonderful alien sports. Everyone was learning from each other. Admiral Zork found Olivia in the middle of a group of curious aliens. "Captain," he said, looking embarrassed, "I wanted to say, I'm sorry for how we treated you at first. You humans are all right." Olivia smiled and shook Zork's hand, which was more like a tentacle. "No hard feelings, Admiral. We're all on the same team now." As the days passed, big changes happened in the galaxy. The old empire was gone. In its place, a new galactic alliance was formed. Every species, including humans, had an equal say in how things were run. Olivia stood with her human crew, watching aliens of all kinds working together to build a huge new ship. It would be the first of many that would explore the galaxy, with crews made up of humans and aliens working side by side. "Well," Olivia said to her friends, "I guess we really did find new space friends." Dr. Sarah Chin, who had come from Earth to see everything, nodded. "It's more than we ever dreamed of," she said. "We're not alone in the universe, and now we're all in this together." As the sun set on Unity Station, casting beautiful colors across space, humans and aliens stood together. They watched the stars, wondering what new adventures waited for them out there. The galaxy was at peace. It wasn't perfect. There would always be challenges and disagreements. But now, every species faced the future as friends, ready to explore the wonders of space together. Olivia smiled as she looked at the mix of humans and aliens around her. "You know," she said, "I think this is the start of something really amazing." And she was right. The greatest adventure in the history of the galaxy was just beginning.